What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Vince, and today we are back with another reaction. Today we're right to it. Cameron realized she's going to jail for murder. Oh! I didn't even know Cameron's committed murder. I thought they were just snitches and good citizens, really. Not good citizens, actually, because they're not good for us. But you know what I mean. They want to be good citizens. So we finna see. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Karens usually think they're immune to consequences, but what happens when these same entitled Karens get arrested? These are three of the most shocking and satisfying examples of when evil Karens realize they've been arrested.
Let's see.
Starting with Sarah Boone, who was accused of killing her husband Jorge by locking him in a suitcase and leaving him to die.
That's not funny. That's not funny, bro. That's not funny because he died. But how did he get in the suitcase? He let her zip him up in a suitcase. There's no way unless she slipped something in his drink. I need to listen for more and make my opinions after.
Sarah was quickly brought in for interrogation to determine if she was really as evil as they think.
So he had some injuries to his left shoulder. He had a cut near his lip. You could see his mouth was a little
I haven't laid a hand on him.
Okay. What about the scratches? Because there's also sex.
Yes.
Okay. Because there's also like a scratch on like the back of his neck, like kind of like going, but it's like going straight across.
I have no idea what that's from. In all honesty, we have not gotten into it.
Okay.
That's why, like, the only thing I thought you guys were going to ask me about, which I was going to be honest with you anyway, are the scratch marks on his back.
Mhm.
Everything else, I have no idea what it is.
Yesterday, when we took photographs of your overall body, and they did the buccal swabs, did they go under your fingernails?
No.
Okay. Are you willing to let us
Absolutely.
swab underneath your fingernails?
Go for it.
Okay.
It seems like an odd request to ask if they can swab underneath Sarah's fingernails, but it could actually go a long way in determining how Jorge got these injuries. Since the injuries were fresh, it's a strong possibility that forensics
I don't know why, but he looks like he would be into being stuffed in the suitcase. I don't know why, but it's just giving me that vibe.
Jorge got these injuries. Since the injuries were fresh, it's a strong possibility that forensics could find dried blood or skin cells underneath Sarah's fingernails, which would put her dead to rights. But unfortunately for Sarah, they have some other evidence that took a lot less effort to find.
Do I have to watch this? I continuously throw up. I don't sleep. I don't want to see it, if that's okay.
Well, it's on your phone, and you can either explain it or we take it for what it is.
Yeah. We're just trying to give you the opportunity to tell us what's going on.
What is it? I need to see.
For everything you've done to me. Fuck you.
And
Fuck you.
That's you, your voice.
Stupid. That's my name. Don't wear it up.
I don't want to watch it, please.
The video showed Jorge in the suitcase begging to be let out while Sarah taunted him from the outside.
How did he fit in the
police couldn't have
suitcase?
asked for a better piece of evidence, especially as it came directly from Sarah's own phone.
Oh, she's an idiot.
So this is upside down. So in order for him to have gotten into it,
It was flipped up.
right, it was flipped up normal.
Yes.
Like as if you're packing something. So this is upside down.
Guys, this is killing me right now.
Sarah is obviously trying to maintain her innocence by telling the detectives that the video is distressing to her. But does that really sound like a woman who's being shown a video of her husband dying?
Nah.
While everybody will have a different reaction to trauma, it's difficult to imagine her reaction is a single deadpan sentence that sounds like it was delivered only to show some amount of concern to the cops.
I don't mean to sound negative, and I don't know if I can say this, but like, it's like you guys are kind of trying to, like, feed me. Like,
No, I'm just trying to show you a video that you no longer want to watch because you probably don't want to know the outcome of how and what you said.
well, I know what.
You know what's on that video now?
No.
You remember making that video?
Oh yeah,
Why do
they're
you
on her case. We got her.
Video?
Probably because we have been drinking.
But you weren't drunk.
Sarah is desperately trying to explain this video away, but in doing so, essentially admits that it is her recording and that she left him alone in the suitcase afterwards. Given that Jorge died from her neglect, this at least constitutes a manslaughter charge.
Yeah.
But she's really not doing the best job of convincing the detectives that this was an accident.
What do you think is going to happen if you leave somebody in a confined space like that?
Well, I thought by not zipping it up all the way, it would be okay. My plan was not to leave him in the
And what was
suitcase,
your plan?
waiting for him to come upstairs.
We're asking the wrong questions, bro. We're asking the wrong questions. The real question is, how did he get in the suitcase? That should be the number one question. How? Then we can get into what she was thinking about. But I want to know how he got in that boy.
I fell asleep.
You said you were up there 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, somebody not coming up.
Knowing that the last time you saw him was in the suitcase, 30 minutes later, you're like, maybe I should go check on him. Maybe I shouldn't.
No.
Well, that didn't cross your mind because it didn't happen.
That's like an assumption. Like, that's what you all are thinking. Just,
We're asking.
it's the drinking.
Sarah spends almost 2 hours in total desperately trying to manipulate the detectives and explain away the damning evidence the detectives have shown her. But ultimately, the detectives remain completely unfazed, and they decide that they've heard enough.
Do you promise and swear that everything we talked about today has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Yeah, bro, she's not getting out of this.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, do me a favor, stand up,
Oh,
Why is it
snap.
happening?
because George is dead.
Not intentionally.
It doesn't
He's
matter.
still dead.
Well, we don't
Someone
really
needs to
understand
call
that.
Brian, please.
Okay.
Or can I not make a phone call?
You'll be able to make a phone call when we get you down to the jail.
So why
You'll
is
be
this
afforded-
happening? So this was a trick.
No, it's not
No,
a trick.
not
How
a
was it a
trick.
trick? Your response to everything was basically, I didn't do it.
Intentionally.
Doesn't matter. You're still dead.
Sarah was charged with second-degree murder and is
Oh.
facing life in prison. As of this video's upload, the trial is still ongoing. But that's not
Oh my gosh, bro. What the heck? Okay, so thoughts on that one. Thoughts on that one. To be fair, okay, let me say this first. I wouldn't leave nobody in no suitcase. That's just dumb. I wouldn't put nobody in no suitcase. Like, I feel like that's dumb too. But if I was to put somebody in a suitcase, to be fair, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know they could die in there.
What?
I'm not gonna cap. I guess if you really think about it, yeah, they probably could run out of air. But she said I don't know. She's dumb. Like, why would she even do that? She's clearly crazy and she's gonna get life in prison. She deserves to get the murder charge, no cap. Because and she recorded talking about this is what you get. It's too much evidence against her. She's going to jail for good. But anyway, on to the next one.
nothing compared to
We
what the
saw this
cops
one.
had to do with Sean Malarkey,
She hit her
a
boyfriend with the
45-year-old
car.
woman who was arrested for domestic violence after she allegedly hit her ex-husband with a car. However, when the cop approaches to take her into custody, things go south immediately.
In front of her son, though. That's her son in the back.
Step out.
No, excuse me.
Step
Get
out.
your hands off of me.
Step out of the car right now.
No.
You're under arrest.
No, I am not.
Yes, you are.
No, I am not.
Yes, you are.
Malarkey's behavior is erratic and her tone's aggressive from the off. Her children are in the backseat of the car, but this doesn't seem to affect how she handles the encounter, and things only get worse.
I will tase you if you don't get out of the car.
You better take your hands off of me right now.
I told you you're under arrest. Get out of the car.
Why?
Because you have a warrant.
I just sent a message and I am... Excuse me.
Get out of the car right now.
No. Did somebody say that you could come into our house?
Asking the cops who gave them permission to enter the property is a common tactic in situations like this one. But for the suspects, the reality is that the police are well within their rights to enter property uninvited so long as they have a warrant. With the second officer's assistance, Malarkey is removed from her car and cuffed. However, this is where things get even worse.
You did this.
No, I didn't do anything.
Andy asked you to come out.
Excuse me?
Andy asked you to get out of the car.
No, Andy yanked me.
I yanked you because I told you you're under arrest and you refused to exit your vehicle. Are you going to stand up and be cooperative?
Are you going to understand that my attorney has filed a motion to quash this?
And that has to be the most Karen sentence I've ever heard in my life. Let's run that back.
You gonna understand that my attorney has filed a motion to quash this?
My attorney has filed a motion to quash this. Now, y'all keep it 100% in the comment section. Have you ever heard the word quash used in a sentence? And if y'all say yes, you're lying.
Oh!
I filed
We're
a
going out here,
motion
this way.
to quash this.
You hit us, you do anything stupid towards us, we're any charge on. If you hit us, or anything, let's go.
You've already hit me.
I didn't hit you,
That's
I
a
just
toilet
drove the car
outside.
and told you you're under arrest. Now you got a whole show for your neighbors here.
Even restrained, Malarkey's attitude does not change at all. The cop then smells alcohol on her breath, which may explain some of the bizarre behavior.
You are a shitty f***ing human being. You throw somebody down in front of their children? What the f*** is
She
wrong
is
with that?
irritating.
You piece of shit. You know what? You are the piece of dirt that I wouldn't piss on if you were on fire.
I smell
You
an
are
odor
the-
of alcohol on your breath.
No, that's my
That's your...
What?
on you.
Okay.
She defies the officer's orders and tries to leave the vehicle, then makes a point to single out the cop who initiated the arrest.
See the phone on you?
Get your f***ing hands off me.
We see situations like this often, where a suspect will target one member of law enforcement and use them as a scapegoat. This is typically followed by legal threats, so they're likely targeting the officer they feel they could best build the strongest case against. However, this wouldn't work all too
Yeah,
well.
bro.
Get your f***ing hands
She gonna try to bite him.
Get your
How'd you with that?
You know what? I'm gonna charge you with putting your f***ing dirty ass hands on me.
Stop moving, let him take off your watch.
Malarkey then goes on to make violent threats to the officers. Pay attention to how quickly she tries to change the conversation after her most extreme threat.
You know what? Do you know what he's done? If you stop,
Oh!
Stop kicking us!
I'm gonna kick you right in the f***ing back.
That's mean, don't do that.
motherfucker- You are dead.
What's that?
Oh.
You are getting sued.
No,
Ah,
what'd
yeah,
you say
she
before
switched it
that?
up. She switched it up.
You said I am dead? What do you mean by that?
You are
Elaborate on it if you mean it.
you're getting sued.
She continues making the cops' lives difficult by pretending to have trouble getting out of the car, though it's clear from her movements that she's not actually trying. She blames the tape on her ankles and says it's the cop's fault she tried to kick him.
Put your feet Put your feet down there.
It hurts too much. You could just take it off.
How'd that even happen?
No, what am I? I'm a fucking 100 pounds. You think I'm gonna take a 200-pound dude?
Well, you've already kicked at us a lot of times.
Why?
You're not going to win.
Why?
You're going to hurt us.
Why? Because that guy right there.
The one you tried to bite? Okay, Sean, let's go.
Why? Could you ask yourself a question?
Sean, put your legs
Why?
She was charged with aggravated assault of an officer and aggravated DUI. This was her third DUI
With a child.
with a child passenger.
Yeah, she's
Soon after this
trifling.
arrest, she was also charged with endangering the life or health of a child and violation of a bail bond and received a misdemeanor charge for resisting or obstructing an officer. The suspect in our next case was not so lucky. This suspect
How did she get off with that, bro? How did she get off with just that, bro? We watched her kick an officer. We watched her try to bite an officer. We watched her try to say, I'm gonna kill an officer. She was driving drunk with kids. What type of misdemeanor? Bro! Yeah, she got off easy. Maybe she really did have good lawyers. So, I don't know.
Suspect's public outburst takes place on a plane ready for takeoff. Prior to the footage, she's been asked to leave multiple times due to her refusal to wear a mask during the pandemic.
Hello.
We're gonna take you off the aircraft.
Yep, you're going to have to get off the aircraft,
Yeah,
okay?
and you're at the,
Yep.
and I compliment you in that way.
But she's a
What?
representative of the aircraft. They don't want you flying on their plane today, okay? So you're going to have to get off
After
the
they
aircraft.
made us wait and wait and wait.
Yeah, that's the way it is. But right now, I'm going to
And
need you...
that's fine, and I will respect that.
Okay, so I'm going to need you to grab your bag and just
And I
step
did
off
not
the
do
aircraft.
anything, actually. Disrespect.
We'll talk about it outside.
Disruptive besides speak.
Oh my gosh. I hate Karens like this or just people like this in general. Bro, let me tell you something. My flight leaves at 10 a.m. I had to wake up at 5 a.m. so I can get ready and get to the airport by 7, which is 2 or 3 hours early, so I can get through check-in and still have enough time to just be comfortable and like just make sure everything is good before I get on the plane. Then, just to find out, I get on the plane at 10 after waiting another hour of just sitting around in the airport. I get on the plane at 10. Okay? And we don't take off till 12 p.m. because we have to wait for the police to get here to get this idiot that won't put on a paper mask on the plane. Get up out of here, bro. I hope you go to jail.
Speak my mind.
Okay.
I know it. I live in America, and that's what fucking America's about.
Calm down.
No, you know
Listen
that.
to me. Grab your
No,
bag.
you know that.
When she's asked to grab her bag and leave, she says something truly weird. The suspect has a lot of strange mannerisms and seems to have very severe mood swings.
She's
Pay
like
attention to how her
bipolar.
expression suddenly changes and how she seems to rapidly experience a wide range of emotions throughout the encounter.
No one's gonna put their hands on you.
All right, yeah, you
Grab your
won't.
bag and
Yeah,
just
yeah,
step up
you
here.
won't.
Okay, but I need you to get up.
No. You
Okay?
need me to get up? You may need me to get up, but you know what I feel my need to do as a person? Just like Jesus motherfucking Christ.
You need to calm
No,
down.
no, I'm gonna do what I need to do. I'm gonna say what I need to do. And if you're gonna do whatever you feel you need to do to me, right? So I'm gonna say what I am meant to say. No, to
These cannot be real
Stand up.
people.
Yeah, everybody is
You're
doing
gonna
this.
get arrested if you do not
I'm
stop.
already gonna get arrested.
You're
The
gonna.
police warn the suspects that if she doesn't cooperate, they'll have to put their hands on her. Her response is dramatic. She also latches onto a supposed promise one of the officers made, that she wouldn't be arrested if she gets off the plane.
Here's what's happening. They're gonna deplane the aircraft. I'm gonna take you off the
That was
plane,
already happening. Don't.
and you're going to jail.
It won't happen
Okay.
if you get up and walk out with me right now.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to,
Trust
Yep.
that.
That's how it's gonna work.
Do you see how that's a threatening system?
That's the way it is, man.
Not cool.
Are you
I
gonna-
want to trust you. You want to trust me? That's not healing. We're not healing.
The suspect
What
is
is
led
she
from the
talking
plane
about?
and placed under arrest. Her reaction is childlike. She cries in an unconvincing way and seems to feel that the experience has violated her human rights. Listen to her describe her actions. The way she seems to think she acted is far from the truth. But
Psycho.
it's hard to say whether she's deliberately lying or there's something more to it.
It's something more to it, bro. Bro, you know you're crazy when you make up a lie and you start to believe that lie like it actually happened. This lady's crazy.
Come with me.
I wasn't doing it.
Come with me.
Why are you doing that? See, you lied right there, man.
The suspect continuously switches between claims of being victimized and anger towards the cops. She seems to feel that she's been personally wronged and that one of the cops lied to her to get her to comply. She accuses this cop of not wearing a mask himself.
How is anyone gonna stop anything when you lie to them?
You have your chance, ma'am.
I had my chance. You
asked
didn't even
you-
give me
I
a chance.
asked
I
you-
looked at you in your eyes,
asked you
and
10
I
times.
knew you were lying to me. I saw you outside before I even came in with your mask off.
Once again, we see a case where the person being arrested decides to single out
Yeah,
a
it's a
particular
scapegoat.
officer to blame for everything. The suspect refuses to cooperate with a particular cop but says they're willing to comply with other members of law enforcement.
All right. Ready to step out? Are you gonna comply with everybody?
No, with you two, yes. Not with you, because you're a liar.
Towards the end of the arrest, she repeatedly says things that seem to come out of nowhere, including the suggestion that a nurse there to check on her is attracted to the officer she has an issue with.
What?
let me get your temperature at least.
And, oh, you think he's cute? Oh, yeah, I thought he was cute, too. I looked in his eyeballs, and I thought he looked into my eyeballs, and then he abused that.
Her unpredictable
Bipolar.
mood and irrational reactions continue right up until the video ends, with her saying that the fact that she can't relax is the fault of law enforcement. Seems likely that there are some psychiatric issues at play here, though. Without a professional opinion, it's hard to say for sure.
Okay, so my synopsis on that one. That lady is crazy. Oh! I'm not gonna lie. When your emotions just switch like that, like you flipping a light switch or something, bro, it's time to get that checked. It's time to get that checked, bro. Because you switch it through your emotions. Angry, sad, mad, like, that's not healthy. That's not healthy. And over a paper mask, and now I have to wait 2 hours to... Now I'm late to hotel check-in, bro. It's because of you. Bro, I don't know, bro. People just ignorant, bro. Just because you didn't want to put on a mask. Don't get on the plane then. You read the thing that said, yeah, we require a mask before you bought the ticket, goofy. I don't know, man. I just get mad at stuff like that because now it's affecting me. But I don't know, man. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this one and all the other ones. Which one was the worst to y'all? To me, the worst one was the first one. She put him in a suitcase. That was crazy. But like I said, y'all let me know. And y'all know to do if y'all enjoyed the video. Make the comment, like button, notification button, subscribe, and all of them. Because guess what? My name is Karen Mimosa. Yeah. I have a 911 call to make. We're gone.